Great day, everybody. Welcome back to Home and Gardening with Anquisha. I'm Anquisha, and today I want to show you guys the garden since we're in a new month. It is April, and I was supposed to do a garden tour on April 1st, but I have been under the weather and just trying to keep up with the garden, and y'all know it can be a lot. So today I said I'm gonna come out and give a garden tour. Happy new month, everybody. I hope all the gardens are enjoying springtime. It's a time of refreshing, it's a time of rejuvenating, and I love how my garden is flourishing for this spring season. So let's get into it, you guys. All right, guys, so I'm gonna start on this end of the garden since I'm already over here. In this planter, you guys, I love this planter so much because it's big for me. I love this planter. It's pretty deep, and this is my second year growing in it. I have grown green beans in it. I've grown mint in it before, and a few other things I've grown in this planter since I've had it. But the first thing that I grew was green beans, and it was a success. So this time around, I'm doing carrots and marigolds. I threw some green onions in here. You can see the green onions coming up. And I have been thinning out all of my carrots. There was a lot more seedlings than this, but I want to make sure the carrots have room to grow. They can't be too close together. So I came in and you can see they're separated. They're about 2 or 3 inches apart. So I'm excited about that. This is my first time growing carrots, so I hope it's a success. If not, we'll just keep trying. And next to that, I have those beautiful either sparky or French marigold flowers. I'm not sure which one it is because I keep mixing up my names in my garden. And above the marigolds is the husky cherry red tomatoes that are growing. And guys, I added this it's like a metal trellis that I added. I got it from Home Depot, and so I literally just put this trellis in about a week ago. And I also came out and pruned my cherry tomatoes. Now, this was before I found out that you don't need to prune your cherry tomatoes because all of those suckers that they're going to produce is going to give new plants, new fruits. So I'm not going to be pruning my tomatoes anymore, not the cherry tomatoes at least. Now, for my bigger varieties, I will continue to prune them. So this is the husky cherry red, and as you can see, we have a lot of babies coming out, and I just can't wait to see it take over the trellis. I really hope that I get this big, beautiful cherry tree that will vine all over the trellis. So that's what I have growing in that planter. And then as we move along, let me get you guys. Right here is my Italian oregano that I decided to have growing on its own. A few gardeners told me that the oregano and mint will become very invasive. So I went ahead and put the oregano alone. It used to be in this grow bag with the Golden Wonder pepper there. And I said, you know what? I don't want my peppers fighting for the roots. And I wasn't sure if that was, gonna be an issue. But since I moved it, this oregano loves being by itself. I've been coming out here clipping oregano. I have some in the freezer, so that's pretty cool. And then behind the oregano is my garlic. I have 2 garlic plants growing right here, along with more marigold flowers and a tomato plant, which is a volunteer because there was like 4 or 5 tomato plants growing and I decided to move them, transplanted them, and you know, I'll show you guys the other ones, but they're volunteers because I didn't put those seeds in there. They just popped up and I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, and then next to it is the Golden California Wonder Bell. And I recently took that out of, it was in like a 7 to 10 gallon pot, and I moved it into this 5-gallon grow bag because the pot wasn't draining the water properly. It was clogged at the bottom from the soil. So I went ahead and moved it, and I also added that lovely marigold flower in there as well with the California Golden Wonder. And then next to that, I have my poblano peppers. You guys remember that poblano plant me and my daughters picked up when we got our jalapeno? And we had the early girl hybrid tomato plant back then. Look at the growth since you guys last saw the poblano plant, guys. Now, I have been able to harvest only, since I've had my plant, I've only been able to harvest 2. I was able to harvest 2 peppers back in, oh, this was before I brought my garden out here to the front. So I was only able to taste 2 so far, and they're marvelous. And I was able to collect seeds from those 2. But I love how much I'm seeing so much more production everywhere. There is poblano peppers. I'm gonna try and show you guys. And there's a lot of them back here. There's a big one back here. It's so cool. So cool. So I can't wait to harvest more of those. And I have some more marigolds right here in front of the peppers. And then there goes our jalapeno plant. Now, me and my daughters, we did top the jalapeno plant back in the fall time when we got these 2 plants. We topped this one. I mean, it's giving new growth. So cool. We were able to top the jalapeno. I didn't want to top my poblano plant because I wasn't sure if I should. But I mean, look at that versus not topping it. I mean, this is not topping and this is topping. So I hear like pros and cons about topping your pepper plants, and I don't know, honestly. I feel like it took a lot longer for us to see jalapenos and more, you know, stems shooting out from the main stem. So it is a lot longer, but I'm sure that it will give us a lot more, right? It's a longer process when you top them, from what I'm experiencing. But I think it will be an overall great benefit. It's just, it's gonna take a lot longer because, you know, once you top your plants, you have to wait for them to grow more stems, more plants, and then they'll start popping out the flowers. So we shall just keep growing. I don't know. This is my first time topping a plant ever. And the way this poblano plant took off without being topped kind of makes me feel like I don't need to top my plants. I don't know. But let's move along and I'll show you guys the rest of the garden. Now, in this 20-gallon grow bag next to my peppers, I have some cucumbers and radish growing in the 20-gallon grow bag. I recently came out and I had to thin my radishes because I had a lot of radishes in here. So I came out and I thinned them. And I've been keeping olas in my cucumbers because they do need a lot of water. And I do have, excuse me, I do have 3 different cucumbers growing. I have the munchers. I think this is the muncher cukes. That's the crimson giant radish. Okay, so I have the, gosh, I can't remember the names. Tender green burpees cucumbers, I believe, and straight 8. So those are the 3 varieties I have in this 20-gallon grow bag. And then in front, right here, is my broccoli plants. All started at different times. This is my smallest broccoli plant out of the 3 up here. And then I have this big one. I recently harvested broccoli leaves from this one. So you guys can see how big that is. And you can see a nice, cute little broccoli head forming in there. And I do have some olas. I put an ola in that one. And I put an ola in this one. I don't see broccoli forming in that one yet. But these are my broccoli plants. And then back here, I have some basil seedlings. I started from seed. These are all seedlings, you guys. There is broccoli in the front. So, and these babies might be, they might not make it though, because I'm sure we're gonna have some warm weather coming up in May for us desert folks. So what I'll do is everything that I believe won't be successful in this heat, I'm gonna just move it back to my little greenhouse area and grow it in there. So like my that collard plant is eventually gonna have to go in the back once it gets too hot out here in the desert. So I have a few peppers down there, and I also have some more seedlings up here on the windowsill. Those are my zinnias, my first year growing zinnias, and I'm excited about that. And I have some more basil growing right there. Now these are the tomato seedlings that I was telling you guys about in the beginning that are volunteers, and I decided to go ahead and transplant them into these little individual pots here. Now as you can see, guys, they went into plant shock and they are not looking too happy, but I'm not gonna pull them up yet. I'm gonna see if, you know, they'll get more used to being individually and growing on the windowsill. So I was able to save 1 out of the 5, and these 4 up here, you know, they on life support right now. So next to it, I have some pepper seedlings that I started from seed, and I'm not sure which kind that is, you guys. I was growing a lot of things from seed last year when we were getting closer to fall. I started a lot of seeds, and peppers take forever, y'all. This is new growth on the peppers. As you can see, those shorter leaves, that's new growth, y'all. And we've only been growing, I've only had these out here probably since February, and we're in April, y'all. Peppers take a while. Next to the peppers, I am growing some ever-bearing strawberries. I was so lucky to find these plants on sale at Home Depot, and I hurry up and copped them. It was I believe 3 in 1. Let's see. Yep, because I have 3 crowns. There's a crown there, I have another crown there, and another crown there. And all my I'm getting these runners, you guys. Look at these runners I'm getting. I'm getting lots of runners, and I've already stuck one in the soil there. And look, it's already given new growth. That's pretty cool. So these are my ever-bearing strawberries. And y'all, gardening is just all about being patient and just kind of nurturing and taking care of your plants before they start giving you your food. So for berries, I know that me planting these, it's gonna take a while before I see my fruits starting to come out. Strawberries can take up to 1 year before you start seeing, your fruits. But moving along, down here next to my other seedlings, I have lots of Swiss chard. I've been harvesting. You guys probably saw that video I put up. And there's also, I'm having to deal with pests. I keep coming out and looking. It's probably like some kind of moth or something. Who knows? But I did add in some green onions, and I threw in garlic just to deter, all these pests. So that's my Swiss chard, and that is the rainbow mix. Where's my label? Oh, Swiss chard bright light. So I was wrong. I guess it's not the rainbow mix, right? And then right here, guys, this is my sweet mint that is coming back to life. Praise Jesus. It's coming back. I was so nervous that I lost it. Let me tell y'all something. I found a little baby. It looked like a baby hornworm. One moment, guys, for the noise. Okay, sorry about the noise, but you know how neighborhoods are. Now, let me tell you guys a little story. Now, my sweet mint, I came out one day and I was like, what is going on? My sweet mint was starting to die, and I found a little baby hornworm in here. I literally just threw it. I don't know if it survived. I did not kill it. I just threw him. I don't know if he survived, but oh my gosh. Ever since I removed the hornworm, my sweet mint is coming back. It's coming back to life. And I did research and find out that you can plant I am messing up my words. I did my research and found out that you can plant radish next to mint. And so radish doesn't take long to grow. It takes about like 30 days, I believe. So I'm sure my radish will be fully developed by the time this mint, starts taking over again. So what I do is, to protect my babies, I put these baskets right on top. I got these baskets from Dollar Tree. Okay. These are supposed to be like flowers. I'm hoping that they will give me, nice, beautiful blooms. But I kept the little bulbs and I just replanted them. So we'll see. And then next to my mint is my cilantro. Now, I have been harvesting from my cilantro. I was able to get 2 nice bunches from the cilantro. Are you a friendly friend or what? Oh, good God. I don't know. But yeah, so that's my cilantro. And then over here is where I kept the rest of my brassicas. So I have those and the Swiss chard, and then I was growing collards, which have been amazing. I'm still able to harvest, you guys, collard greens, and I'm waiting for more of my collards to go to seed. That's the plan, to not have to buy collard greens again. Once these green little, they look like green bean pods. Once they get a little bigger and turn brown, then my green collards will be ready for me to harvest seeds. So that's what I'm letting happen right here on this plant. And let's see, this one I did cut back. Not sure if it's gonna give me seed or not, but if it doesn't, I'll just eventually pull it up so I can plant something else down there. And this one looks like we can probably still harvest from it, so I'll leave that one and let it keep growing. And then over here I have, that's enjoying that wind. This was my other collard that I had growing, which I recently harvested from that. And I was able to take a piece of broccoli off that was growing on this broccoli plant. Now, I planted watermelons, y'all, in this grow bag, right? I put in some honeydew melons. I threw in some watermelons, but I don't see any watermelons growing, y'all. That look like marigolds. Those look like marigolds to me. They don't look like watermelon. And then this looks like a nasturtium. I'm like, what is happening? And if that's a nasturtium, it's gonna take over, so I'm gonna have to move that one eventually. And then there's like garlic I put in here, and yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. I'll show you guys my potato patch, and that'll complete the garden tour for today. So I'm growing potatoes over here in a cardboard box and 2 potato grow bags. So yesterday I came out and I healed up this one, and I also healed up my box, because you know you want to heal your potatoes so that they can give you more. And then eventually, once all the vines grow out, they'll flower and then they'll die back. And then once they die, you'll know it's time to harvest your potatoes. So this is gonna be hopefully my first successful year with potatoes. And I only water my potatoes once a week, unless it rains or something, you know. But that's, I think last year I was not successful growing potatoes last year and the year before that, because I was watering them way too much. But that's going to complete our video for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the garden tour video with me. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button and follow me on my journey of gardening. I love it so much. It's very therapeutic, and I think that we should all enjoy playing in the dirt and growing our own food. Don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you're notified when we upload our videos. And I hope and pray that we meet again, you guys.